The wealth of a young girl's family directly impacted the social structure that they were to be placed into during their formative girlhood years. If you came from a wealthy family, you would likely have had food, shelter, and some form of private or public education. You would have been afforded the luxuries of life: new clothes, toys, friends. However, if you came from a family or background where funding was tight or non-existent, you may have had to enter the workforce at a young age. During the 19th and into the early 20th century, child labor was a disturbing yet accepted form of employment here in Cincinnati and throughout the world. In fact, certain professions specifically sought out child labor, as it was noted that a young child's build was smaller and therefore they were able to fit into areas that full-grown adults were not able to get into safely. Young girls were often hired to help with textile work, threading large machines, or working on looms and other dangerous machinery, and could always be found cleaning or undertaking an array of other domestic labors. They were also used to sell various products, such as flowers, fruits, or herbs, and they were even staged and used by adults to play upon the emotions of the sympathetic passerby on the street so that they could collect funding, which oftentimes the overseeing adult would take from the child. Additionally, sympathy was used to raise awareness of the plight of the impoverished. Many times, outsiders, mostly white men who were hired by a government or local agency or had philanthropic connections, crusaded on behalf of the poor, oftentimes without their consent, and exploited their lives, homes, and children in the public eye. Several of the following images depict this disturbing practice, and as the viewer will see, many of these images have young children, specifically girls, as the focal point of the photograph. However, it is empowering to see that despite many of these images highlighting the harsh conditions that these young families and children faced, many of these young girls stare directly into the camera lens, many times laughing or smiling with their friends and living the life they knew, the life that was familiar to them, without shame.